Hi, everybody. For Negin Farsad to join us. She is going to join us in just a minute. Thanks for the waves. So nice to see you guys. This is a special holiday edition. I hope everybody has their rat tail. Let me see if I think Negin is joining. Here we go. She's here. My God, you guys are gonna love her.
Hey!
Hello! Let me just make sure I have.
Hello, how's it going?
Great! So good to see you! Welcome, welcome!
So good to Hello.
Happy December!
Yes, and I'm wearing
I love
festive
it.
earrings, as
I love
was
it.
the theme, to like ring in the holiday season.
I love it. I love it. I mean, look, we are December 1st. Holiday season is basically from here on through the end of the year. So
I heard nothing but Christmas music today at various establishments. So it's happening. It is happening.
it's happening. And I have to say, this is episode 5 of Wrap It Up, Laugh It Out. And I figured, why don't we make it a special holiday episode? Because you can only do that once a year. So I'm super happy you were into it.
Yeah, I'm really excited.
Good. So, first of all, I have to say that people have been reaching out to me saying, I'm so excited to see Negin Farsad. So you have like just an uber fan base out there, and I'm so happy we get to play dress up today. So thanks for joining. And I want to introduce you to my audience because you're major. It's just one accomplishment after the next. I mean, you are on you're a well-known comic and writer with all of the big guys. Comedy Central, MTV, PBS, IFC, Nickelodeon, and you also write for The Guardian, Daily Beast, Oprah Magazine, IndieWire. And then you host your own podcast, Fake the Nation, which everyone needs to follow because it's very smart and very funny. And then you're an author of How to Make White People Laugh, which is a Thurber Prize nominee, which is, I mean, amazing.
Thank
and
you.
then you're on NPR. Wait, don't tell me. A panelist, right?
Yes.
And then small screen, Nat Geo, Your Million, HBO High Maintenance, Netflix Chelsea Handler Show. I have 2 pages because you're
I mean, they get it.
It's amazing. And then the big stream, the big screen, Third Street Blackout with Janine Garofalo, and then The Muslims Are Coming with Jon Stewart.
Third Street Blackout is actually now streaming on Peacock. Plug, but it's on Peacock.
Nice.
I want to watch it. It's a fun movie.
I love the shameless plug. That's what we're here for. So you've been busy, girl. You were just nonstop. And on top of it, you're a mama, aren't you? You have a 2-year-old baby girl.
Yeah. I'm deep into the terrible twos. So it's real and it's happening and I'm living through it.
Yeah. Well, you will survive. Most moms do. Yeah, the survival rate is high. So you've got that on your side. So So because today is the special holiday edition, we're going to go through your body stats, which we always do, just because the Everybody Wrap it's amazing because it really does flatter your best shape. So it's a way to kind of balance things out in a way to flatter your figure as much as possible. So we're going to focus on that a little bit, but we're also going to do some on-trend styles for the holiday season to kind of carry you through holiday parties and dinner parties and different gatherings. We're first going to do some exposed midriff looks because that's the favorite part of your body. And then we're going to do some statement bows.
Statement. I'm not sure if that's exactly true, but yes. But continue.
It is. Well, you have a gorgeous midriff, so why would you not show it off? So let's just jump right in. I want to go through your body stats. Negin is in the size 1 dress. I'm also in the size 1 dress. As you guys know, it's 3 sizes that fit all, a 0, 1, and a 2. If the 0 is kind of the petite range, so if you're below 5'3", like 5'2"-ish, and then size 2 is the plus range. So if you don't shop in the petite department, if you don't shop in the plus size department, you're probably a size 1. So Negin, let's just go through a few of your stats to wrap our heads around your body shape. So your height, weight, and bra size. I know, this is where it all goes sideways, girl. Do you have a rat tail, by the way? It eases the pain.
We live in a world where people are just comfortable with saying those things. I'm not sure.
I know.
But theoretically, I'm 5'3.5", 5'4". You know, there's some debate over that.
Okay.
In the Negin Farsad community, populated by one Negin Farsad, there's some debate. And then I have the bosom of of an Iranian grandmother, which is to say ample. And though less ample than hers. Some of my earliest memories are being like, my grandmother's got big old titties. And so I'm a 34 double D. And yes, and I'm in the 130s range.
Okay.
And of weight.
Okay. And so what would you say, which is amazing, that's fine. And then what would you say your body shape is?
Yeah. So I think it's funny because, when I was online dating, I remember that you would have to put in your body type or whatever. And I always felt so nervous about that because I didn't want to misrepresent myself, but also didn't want to, I didn't want to say some of the things sort of seem unkind. Like athletic seems great, but does it also mean you're just out there doing volleyball all the time? Because but anyways, I would say that I'm like a curvy. I'm curvy.
Okay, so the top part of you is about the same size as the bottom part of you, and then you have a defined waist. So you're balanced top and bottom.
Yeah. Yes.
I would say so.
Potentially, yes.
You're also very modest. Okay, so now we get to the good stuff. Now I want to know what you love about your body and what you really like to accentuate versus what you prefer to camouflage. I know, it's so uncomfortable.
It's so uncomfortable.
But we have to talk about it. We got to talk about it.
I remember in middle school discovering cellulite. I had some cellulite on my thigh, and I was 13. And I remember saying to my friend, do you have this thing where then it's a little, there's dimples? And my friend was like, no, I don't, you know? And I was like, oh yeah, me neither really. And like, I don't even know why I asked. Anyway, I'll see you later. And like, it was so traumatizing. Because that's when I learned that bodies diverge. That's in middle school, bodies just like diverge. Up until middle school, we're all just twigs and branches of trees, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's all very it's all very equitable, and then there's the divergence, which becomes traumatizing. But I remember, you know, when I discovered that I had the boobs,
Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
doing dance routine in middle school, and it was overnight. I mean, I truly didn't know that I had boobs. One day I didn't have them, and then the next day at school, I had them. And I was doing a dance routine. And at a certain point, I was like turning. And then my own boob like came and slapped me in the face with the centrifugal force, you know? And I was like, oh my God, what are these? What are these? What's happening? And I truly,
Yeah.
I was so traumatized. And I went home and I was yelling at my mom and I was like, I have boobs now, and this is, nobody told me. And what have you been doing, lady? Because I feel like you should have some role in figuring this part out. And then that day we went to Macy's,
Yeah.
and I angrily like walked through the aisle of bras, and it was not pleasant for anybody. I was very angry at my mother that I had boobs. And you know, because at that age you're just angry at your mom for everything that happened,
Everything. It's her
you
fault.
know,
Everything
even
is her
though,
fault.
yeah,
Everything.
everything was my mom's
Yeah.
fault. And I was a real B. And so anyways, my mom then came home. I remember it was like a week after this event, my mom came over with like a huge bag of shirts, and that she went and bought from some store or whatever. I think also
Like
Macy's.
baggy shirts?
No,
Baggy shirts with, okay.
the opposite. She came
Okay.
home with a bunch of like, not like so revealing, but like for me, you know, kind of revealing shirts. And she was like, I have given you a gift, like of a big chest, and you are going to share this gift, you know? And so she was just like, don't be embarrassed by your boobs, like be proud or whatever. So, you know, so she tried to get me a lot of clothes to like accentuate that. But that's when I learned about bodies. I don't even know what your question was, but that's
Well,
what were
I'm
we talking
with your
about? Were you asking me
mom.
about like epidemiology or something? And I told you that unrelated story. Oh, what am I saying?
I love yeah, no, the side stories. I love it. I think I'm with your mom though. I mean, if you gotta kill a rack, work it, girl.
Right.
I
That
mean,
was her point. Her point was
yeah,
like, why are you even upset? You know? So, you know, and later in life, I grew to be like, oh, I guess you know, then there was that period in like the 2000s or whatever where everyone got fake the thing that I have naturally. So I at that point I was like, oh, I guess it's nice that I didn't have to pay for them, you know?
yeah.
So,
I mean, a lot of people pay big money for that. So you have the best of both worlds. But what? So let's go back to what you love about your body,
all
and
right.
then what you prefer to camouflage.
Yeah, so I think since, you know, I prefer to camouflage my thighs because of, you know, the discovery of cellulite when I was young.
Okay, right, right.
And then, you know, I think, like, yeah, I've always had like a waist in it, you know, um, and even after giving birth, like the waist came back. So that was, you know, nice.
That's great.
Also, did I exercise? I did. But yeah, so I'm okay with that. I mean, I've always said I have really high foot arches on my feet, you know, and I'm not trying to brag, and I'm not trying to make anyone else feel bad about their foot arches. I'm just saying I have some really high foot arches. So, you know, do with
Okay.
that information what you will.
I mean, that's pretty powerful. That is super, super powerful. But I think you feel feel pretty good about your waistline. The fact that it came back, the fact that you can really accentuate it to show off, the fact that you're curvy and kind of have it going on with a balanced shape. So you have a lot of, natural gifts that I love to accentuate and, really maximize. So because you love your midriff, and I'm like, so because you don't mind it, right?
Because I don't mind it. Yeah.
You don't mind it.
Right.
So today we're going to look at a few ways to wrap the Everybody Wrap dress to show off your midsection.
Yes.
And I'm so happy that you're into this today because you and I are actually wearing it the same style, a little bit different, which I'll talk about in a second. But one of my favorite ways of wearing it is backwards. And I was just so excited that you were into this and wanted to wear it the same way. So you basically, I'll demo this in a second, but you basically step into the dress as you always do. And instead of having the straps in front to cover your chest, you twist the waistline around so that you have the back and the front and the straps in back that you then flip over your shoulders to cover your chest. So wearing the dress backwards is one of my favorite ways because it's just fun. It's a way to kind of mix it up and, just get more versatility out of your garment. And depending upon, the season or the occasion, doing a little exposed midriff is a lot of fun. So we actually, and I know that you prefer to wear a bra because you do have a young child and you breastfed, and we talked about how abundant your chest is. So you're actually wearing a bra and have it styled in a way where you cover the straps. And I have a strapless bra, so I can kind of like talk through how to do it that way. So I'm just going to step back and show you a few different ways. So this is the dress in reverse. So let me actually move this back a little bit. So this is the dress backwards, actually. So you step into the garment and you just twist it around so that the straps are in the back. And then you bring them over your shoulder to the front. You crisscross, cover yourself up, and then you wrap the straps around the waist. Really easy. I'm wearing a strapless bra so that I don't have, any straps here to cover. Negin actually has the straps kind of like stretched out. You can stretch them out so that you cover your shoulders, and you could even go longer down your arms with more of a cap sleeve, or keep it around the shoulder. So she has it fully covered front and back so that you're wearing a bra, but it's also covered. Now you can expose your midriff here. You can pull it down a little bit to expose more if you're feeling, more va-va-voom, or you just pull it up to kind of, do like a little triangle peekaboo if you want it more concealed. But that's one way to wrap it with an exposed midriff. The other way, and I'll have to be careful here to not have a wardrobe malfunction, but another way is to keep it backwards, right? So you have the dress in reverse. And what you do is you tie a knot at the neck, and then you bring the straps down for coverage. So I'm just going to quickly do that now, where I tie a knot at the neck, and then I crisscross. Then I crisscross it in front. And you can always just adjust accordingly. And if you wear a bra, if you prefer to wear a bra with this version, you can kind of tuck the straps underneath to anchor it anchor it down like that. So this is a really pretty way to kind of highlight the neck and show off your arms a little bit more, but still with the support of a strapless bra. And then you have the exposed midriff, and same deal. You can just pull it up if you want more of a small little triangle. You can always take the bra off and have it more exposed here if you really want to draw the moment. So those are two ways to wrap it with an exposed midriff. And then I want to show you a couple ways to wrap it with a statement bow, because we're seeing the big statement bows on trend so much this season that it's super easy and it's kind of a high drama look that's a lot of fun. So it's actually a classic halter style that you want to go to. So I'm just going to step off for a second.
Getting the party look going.
Exactly.
Oh, here she is. Okay, this is like Marilyn Monroe.
Very Marilyn Monroe. So it's just the classic halter style that you tie a knot at the neck, and then you just wrap it with a big statement bow. Like that.
Gorgeous, gorgeous.
Super easy. Super easy, and you have long straps, just kind of a good drama moment. And then what I like to do is I like to bring the straps in front and do a second knot at the neck so that you have a beautiful knot in back, and then you have a beautiful knot in front.
Yeah.
Like that. Really easy. And then another statement bow is just keeping it knotted in the back. You can also crisscross in the front too. There are a few ways you can do that. And then just bringing it back around for a front bow for the kind of drama moment, to have it only in the front. You have a really clean back that way, and then just drama in the front. And it's also, I really like the statement bow. I like the statement bow because it's a good way to just like frame your face, which is always good for cocktail parties or dinner parties. You want to think about accessorizing in the front and doing different tricks and techniques to draw the eye up to the face and frame it so that you command the attention and then keep it. So there you go. Voila. So that's statement bows to be on trend for the holiday season. And then a few ways to wrap it with the exposed midriff.
Delightful.
Delightful. So can we see it on you? You have a little bit. So I want to show people how you pull it down with sleeves.
Yeah, I have to like stand up or something.
Yeah.
Can you see?
Yeah. Yeah, that's good.
Far back enough. But anyway, there we go.
That's great. Good.
Yeah, no, I can totally picture myself going to a party.
Yeah.
I haven't, now I need more party invitations is what needs to happen.
Well, they're coming. They're coming. It's just the very beginning. I think everyone is still in a turkey coma, right?
Yeah, indeed.
Good. Well, it looks gorgeous on you. And did you see that you can kind of tuck the straps under the bra to anchor them? Did you see that that's a good little trick?
Yeah.
Cool.
But I have the covered whole thing here. So I feel like, and it's just like a little peekaboo midriff. So you can adjust it for you know, feelings of sensitivity around how daring you could be. Or you have a couple of glasses of wine and then throughout the night you
Yeah,
become more daring. You change the style
exactly.
together.
No, that's it. You just excuse yourself to go to the bathroom and then you wrap it in a different
Under the
way.
people think you had a costume change in the middle.
Exactly. Exactly. No, it's a lot of fun because it can suit your mood as they, kind of change, or the occasion or the season. So it's all purpose.
Yeah, totally.
Good. Well, so tell me what you've got going on. I mean, you have a long list of projects. What is going to be the main focus for 2022 since a new
Right.
year is almost upon us?
That's such a I mean, I don't know. I'm gonna be touring. So so we're trying to figure out which specific cities I should go to. There's a couple that
Amazing.
go. And if, you know, I'm reaching out to fans and to see if where do you want to see me? And I'm gonna come out because I've got a whole show that I'm doing now. And I want to share it with the world. But you know, I don't know. Is 2022 when I reach some sort of like Zen-like enlightenment? Or is it the time when I say, you know, because I talk about I'm going to start meditating forever, but maybe 2022 is when I actually do it. So there's a lot of like personal betterment plans. I'm trying to eat more fish. You know what I mean? I'm just trying to eat more fish and eat more vegetables. So I have a lot of really serious plans for 2022, in getting through my goals.
Good. And so is this the first time you've been on tour? No.
No, I mean, you know, I've toured. I toured a lot. One of the first tours I ever did was where I rounded up a bunch of Muslim American comedians, and we went on the road and we did shows, and we called it "The Muslims Are Coming," and that tour, you know, turned into a movie, and that was, you know, when I was a young buck. That movie came out in 2014. So, you know, and since then I've performed all over the country. Some of my best shows have been in places like South Dakota and Wyoming, you know, Columbus, South Carolina, just like places where
Yeah.
you don't necessarily think your typical Muslim comedian would be hanging out in. But those are like the places that I love going, and meeting like America and
Yeah.
checking out this country. So
Yeah.
hopefully I'll be like doing more of that stuff. Um, you know, we talked about Christmas, and like most Muslims, I celebrate a Muslim Christmas, and it's a lot like regular Christmas, except for there's no God part, and it's just like a fun day off, and there's a lot of eating. You know, sometimes we go to the movies, and that's, you know, on those December 25th opening day movies. You know, you catch like a Spielberg flick or something. But
And you get a good seat. You get a good seat in the theater because
no,
it's virtually
exactly.
empty. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh my God. No, but, or, I mean, I grew up in Palm Springs, California. The theaters were remarkably crowded on Christmas Day.
Yeah.
Like, people
Yeah.
were like, let's do this movie. I don't even know why that was specifically. It's a retirement community. Maybe that's why. But, you know, yeah, so I'm really excited for Muslim Christmas this year.
Well, I was in New York. I now live in Honolulu, by the way. Is that on your circuit for
I
your
mean,
tour? Have you
it
ever?
I've actually performed in Honolulu at the University of Hawaii, right?
Oh,
At
yeah.
Honolulu.
Yeah.
And
Manoa campus. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, and on that campus, and it was I had a wonderful time. So I would
Well,
really love to go back. So I mean, well,
we'd love to have you back.
experiences like, because I grew up in the desert, and what
Yeah.
we do is we decorate cacti and stuff like that. So it's not
Yeah.
the wonderland of, you know, television and film. It's the desert wonderland, but I mean, everyone still takes on all of the, it's as if there's snow, but there is no snow. You know what I mean? It's like we're
Yeah.
still doing the lights, and there's reindeer, and then there's snowy like images and fake this and that, but it's like all just desert. So I
Yeah.
think that's it's very manger like, to truth be told.
Yeah, actually,
So I
that's
must have
fair
a
to say.
tropical Christmas vibe.
Yeah, I need to get like a palm tree or something and put it in my home this year. But I was in New York for over 20 years, and friendly with so many Jewish people, and their tradition, like they would have a Christmas tradition that they always eat Chinese food on Christmas Day. And I'm wondering, for the Muslim Christmas, do you
Yeah.
guys have like what is your tradition?
Well, what's funny is that we just did like a Thanksgiving that was a Friendsgiving between a couple of families. And
Yeah.
for that Friendsgiving, we ordered Chinese food. Uh,
Okay.
so and that was more born out of no one wanting to cook anything. So it was I'd
Right.
say the laziness. There was a laziness to the whole affair, but it was wonderful, and nobody was tired afterwards. The cleanup was minimal. I mean, it was great. And we ordered from the best. Um, and then with Muslim Christmas, my mom, she does this. It doesn't matter what my mom is cooking. She Iranianizes everything she touches. You know what I mean? It's like there'll be you think she's gonna make burgers, but there's somehow some like turmeric in there, and you're like, what is the
Uh-huh.
turmeric? You know what I mean? Like, how did that? She
Uh-huh.
just cannot help herself but be like, this thing will be better with a little saffron. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
so that's kind of how she handles a turkey meal. She'll take a turkey and she'll stuff it with like, um, like this rice called Estambuli polo, like a particular type of like Persian rice that has like dates and um, currants and whatnot in it. And she will just turn it into this
Yeah.
like traditional American meal. She will just turn it into a thing that looks Persian.
Oh
So
my God.
that's
I would
probably
love her food.
that.
I bet I would love her cooking.
Yeah, I mean it's because
Amazing.
it's an update on the dish, right? Like I it's not the same thing every year because she's really just experimenting all the time. And now, we've also like, as an adult, I've like let her off the hook where I'm like, don't, I'll do half of this stuff. Don't even worry. Like, don't feel like you have to do the turkey, so sometimes we'll just, we'll have a chicken or, a beef or something. And, so it's funny because there's a point where you're like, oh wait, I'm also an adult. Like my mom doesn't have to do all of it. Like she
Right,
shouldn't
right, right.
do all this stuff. Like it should probably be me. And so I'm sort of like coming to terms with my own adulthood, which is another thing that happens over the holidays where you're like,
Well,
I want to whine and I want to kick and scream, but I've learned that I'm the adult now, so I shouldn't be doing that.
yeah, I mean, it's about time, right? Like, so I'm just curious about Ramadan. So Ramadan is a different day
Yeah,
each year. Like
it's
it's
calendar. So
rotating. So can you explain that to me? Because like Christmas,
Hanukkah's pretty early this year, no? Um, I don't know, but I think Hanukkah's pretty early. It's right now. It's happening right now, and I think typically it happens a little bit later or something. But yeah, these holidays that are based on the lunar calendar, they sort of shift around. Muslims really hate it when Ramadan is in summertime. Sometimes it'll just be like in the longest days of the year. It'll just be Ramadan, and you're just fasting, for all of those hours until sunset. I don't really, I mean, I've fasted a little here and there just for funsies, really, but I'm not, I'm more culturally Muslim, and I don't follow all those strictures. Although I have always, I do eat bacon. I have eaten bacon and ham and pork and stuff like that. But I will tell you, I always feel weird about it. You know what I mean? Like you just grow up not eating it, and then suddenly you're an adult and you're like, I'm gonna allow myself to do it. But like I will feel weird about it, and I do. So that's my
Well,
there's like
yeah.
you can take you could take the pork away from the girl, but you no, you can feed the pork to the girl. What? There's an adage there. I can't
There
figure out
is.
an adage there.
It's in there. It's in there. So you have to. So you're fasting for how long for Ramadan?
Yeah, you're fasting for the full month. And you know, it's funny because my Jewish friends really complain about fasting. Um, what is the one where that they fast? Do they
Um,
fast at Yom Kippur or Passover? This I'm horrible. I'm horrible. I've lived in
I
New York
think
for so long.
it's.
I
I
know.
think it's Yom Kippur because isn't that the New Year? So they fast for their New Year. I think.
Yeah, yes, yes. I don't.
And
I
now,
get those holidays confused. And I revoke my New Yorker card myself. I'm throwing it in the trash. I know that I should already know this. I have
I should know it too.
just an overabundance of Jewish friends who are shaking their heads right now. But it's funny because I've
Oh,
been around where they
wait. We
complain
have
about fasting for
confirmation.
one night.
Somebody just chimed in and they did confirm that it's Yom Kippur, so we're good.
Oh, okay, okay, great.
Okay. Okay. Sorry. Go ahead.
Thank you. But yes, my Jewish friends will complain that it's a one night, and I'm like, dude, you know what I mean? Or like Lent. Lent is like you don't have to stop everything, but stop one thing, you know?
Yeah.
And Muslims are like,
Yeah.
no, we're gonna go hard. You stop everything for like daylight hours. But honestly, like, you know, there's a joke in The Devil Wears Prada that's like, I'm one stomach flu away from my goal weight. You know, for some Muslims, you're like, I'm just one Ramadan away from my goal weight. Let's just get me there.
I mean, I could see that. A month is a long time. And so
But I
you're not
also
eating.
I like to emphasize, you know, people think it's as a lot of about this kind of restriction and stuff like that. But Ramadan is really about giving up anger and forgiveness and doing charitable acts.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's like the less sexy part, the less clickbaity part of Ramadan is actually quite beautiful. And so I try to give
Yeah.
up, or I try to, you know, like this last Ramadan, one of the things I tried to give up was like my parents call me a lot for technological assistance. Um, and I don't know if this happens to you, but like I go nuts. I don't handle it well because they have a hard time. I have a hard time explaining. I'm explaining in
Yeah.
Farsi. And so it just all it's so my goal for that Ramadan and to hopefully for the rest of my life was to just like calm it down and really just have the patience to help
Uh-huh.
them with their IT problems.
No.
Which is dumb and simple, but it is something I needed to work on.
I mean, I feel you, sister. I feel you. And do you know that I have even suggested hiring a TaskRabbit person remotely who like specializes in IT? And I'm like, I can set it up. All you have
Yeah,
to do is like be
yeah.
at home. They'll come over, they'll do their thing. They'll be out in 20 minutes. Like it's fine. It'll be so easy. And they don't want anyone else in the house. So
I
like,
I literally hired once a tutor for my mom to like
yeah,
teach her, you know, how to use her phone and her computer and all that stuff
yeah,
just more efficiently. She does know how to use these things, but just, you know, she doesn't know the full breadth of what she can do.
yeah,
And
same.
and this person came once and I was like, did you like her? And she was like, it's not worth the money. You know what I mean? It's like the idea of spending money on them in that way is so like disgusting to them. So like I wasn't able to hire them again. Like my parents rebelled.
That's tough. It's tough to find solutions.
I
So,
know. Yeah,
so
yeah.
what are you going to do for your Muslim Christmas? You're gonna go to a movie.
We're gonna go to a movie, hopefully. You're
And
gonna
do you cook at home, or do you
my
do like
it has a but is gonna have, you know, it's we're you know, now that I have a child, the focus of the holiday is now this kid, you know, and Santa and all that. So I'm really excited to kind of be able to share all that stuff with her, and to get excited about the holiday again. I think like when you're an adult and you don't have very many kids around, you know, Christmas is cool, it's fun, it's like a time of relaxation and some parties or whatever, but like the magic of it is kind of gone. And now I feel like as a parent, I can reintroduce some of that magic, and that's I'm excited about that.
That's kind of amazing. That's just to keep the dream alive, and the innocence that comes with that, and the beauty and the memories that you can create, and document, you know, like take lots of photos so that she has early photos of family traditions. Like that's so nice. That's so worth it.
Yeah, and I just, you know, I've been hearing the Christmas music and all this stuff, and she loves the Christmas music. Like this thing I've been taking for granted for years. She's like, you know, she really loves to hear those songs and stuff like that. And I just think, oh yeah, like this is a great holiday for kids. Like it's a fantastic holiday for kids. There's so much to it.
Yeah. Yeah. No. Well, I'm so glad that I had a Ramadan observant comedian for my Christmas special. I don't see why not.
Hey, this is America. It's just what happens.
It's what happens. And let me tell you, this is the everybody rap. And when I say it, I mean it. It's for everybody. And I'm a big fan of ironic humor anyway. So I can't imagine a better guest for the holiday episode, my dear friend.
Thank you so much for having me. This was so fun. And I'm so excited
fun.
Like to wear this at parties.
Yeah, you'll have to, you know, take some snaps, send them to me. Would love to see that. You're going to have a ball in that dress. And of course, there are 101 other ways to wear it. So just improvise, which I know you are very talented at. And, you know, find the best style that suits your mood or the occasion. So go for it. So everybody needs to follow Negin Farsad. IG is at Negin Farsad. Facebook is Negin H Farsad. And then tune into HBO Max Bird Girl. Look out for her tour dates for 2022. I know I will be. And what can I say? Thank you so much for joining.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm so happy to do this.
So glad we did it. And Wrap It Up, Laugh It Out is going to keep rolling next year. Look out for January 26th with Regina DiCicco. We're going to have a good Italian babe to kick off the new year. So thank you, and have a wonderful holiday season with all of your celebrations, with everything that you observe. And wishing everybody out there a great holiday season. And I hope you can be with friends and dear family and really give it a good celebration this year.
Thanks.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Thanks.